And okay. So use
yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm using that hardware key. That is so far the method of a 2FA I can trust. Unfortunately, not every single one of the bank accounts support it. So there are some of the retirement accounts that support it, like Vanguard, and the Fidelity doesn't support it. But if you don't have this option, what do you do? The next, my preferred option will be use authenticator application. And that include your Microsoft Authenticator and Google Authenticator or some other type of authenticator. So what that is, you need to install app on your phone. And then they have this one-time password, OTP, so-called, and generated on the fly. They will only valid for 30 seconds. And then when you type that, you probably, a lot of you already using this, and that is considered more secure and then your cell phone. Again, and because we currently don't see legislation regarding the cell phone and this SIM fraud, but it's really getting bad. Back to like 3 or 4 years ago, start happening. And this SIM card swapping, and now it's happened here and has very, very popular on the East Coast and West Coast. But, you see this year happened to me already. So, and those attackers trying to hack into get your SIM card because a lot of your account and really, and using that as a 2FA. So if you lose that, and you're losing your account. Next advice is what I call a shared credential. And that is a really, really bad thing. And what I mean by that is, and a lot of us use the same username and password for a lot of websites. So you probably use the same username password for your Gmail account and using that for their online shopping. For some of you maybe use the same username password for your bank account. That's a really, really bad idea. So I didn't share all of them, but I certainly share a lot. And then that is a bad thing because, and so-called this shared credential create a huge blast radius. What I mean by that is when you lose one of the username password, somebody know your username password, they can guess. As a computer professional, or even some of high schoolers now, you can easily write a script. You can just scan through. Let's say I got Jun's Gmail account. I know his password. Let's try bestbuy.com. Let's try target.com. Let's try some online shopping account and try my luck. You got the point. And you can easily, it's not using manual way. You just write a script. You can easily hack into the other account. So that is a really top one issues. And for the shared credential, I can see. So, but as a human, I just can't remember. If I want to create, I probably have more than hundreds of different websites I need to create a username and password. How can I remember it, right? So people use some of the apps like a password safe or what is the other one, popular one I was using? Is the last path, right? So some commercial ones, and so that you can use that. But my recommendation right now for your tier 1, I create a tier for myself right now. So for online shopping, you probably can try to use that, but I don't recommend you save everything into your LastPass as well, because they can be hacked as well. So literally, you have to trust nobody. And then, but if you have to save this, use 2FA first of all, right? So your online banking, use that in the LastPass, for example, you can generate a different password that can shrink your blast radius. Means only one website using one unique and the password. But for your username password for your Gmail and bank account, for those level of security, and please, I right now I use a paper and pen. I go extreme. I just use that and I write it down. Also, when you write down your password, try use some of your own algorithm. Means you don't write a plain text of the password. And I use some of a character, use Chinese. I intentionally remove one of the digits. And all the digit I use Chinese. And then all there's one last digit, maybe I just change that, remove it. But I know I have my own algorithm. I can easily backfill that digit. Some algorithm only you know, and then you can make that much more secure. So, and let me go back to why this shared credential is extremely bad. You thought it would be safe, but what if you use some of the same username and password into some website, and this website got hacked, and the attacker got your username on that website, and which you never know, and you didn't give this password to anybody, but they got data breach, and then the attacker just started using that data, scan through, and all the website. Like I said, and they have the automatic running program, scan every day. And this is just to try your email, try your password, go to online banking, go to online shopping, go to all the things can create some financial damage. And they try to guess your password to get into your account. And so, and please, and pay attention. This is really serious on this, and the shared username password is a bad idea. And please change it. And let me summarize, okay, what I'm trying to give you advice. Again, I will share my personal guidance. Again, is I summarize this after this incident happened. I can share with you, I will paste the link in this chat window, and then let you to read and what I plan to do, what I'm doing. As far as online banking account and also shopping account, how do I manage this right now? So hopefully, and yeah, you can just read through it and raise your attention. And if you think that is something you can adopt, and go ahead. But I really don't want this bad thing happen to anybody else. So, and that's all I want to share for now. Chuck, back to you.
All right, thank you. That's a very good story, and I think well, I think one of the audience said, "Hey, that's a very scary, right?" And you know, that's why actually we have this event. And I can tell you just 1 minute, very quick story from mine is you know, a few years ago, my wife's sister, she came to Minnesota and visit us, and then one day she said, "Hey, good, I want to use, can I use your computer?" And then I gave her the password and I gave her the username. Then later on, my wife told me that, oh, you know, she complained and said, "Hey, you know, why you have to use username and password to log on your computer in your house? Because you know, in the house it's just you and just you two, right? And why you have to log in your computer?" You know, that's one of the things is we have to know nowadays with all this internet, with all this social media, with all this electronic device, they actually online. You have to be very careful, even though you think maybe just you, your wife, or your family members in the house. Actually, there are a lot more people in the house with you. Okay, that's one of the things I will comment. Okay.